So hello everyone, I am Manoj Kumar Sabha, Chartered Accountant. Now I am going to resolve you the doubt about the audit risk and the components of audit risk. First of all, what is called as audit risk? The risk that the auditor may express a wrong opinion, inappropriate opinion when the financial statements are materially misstated. Right? Now let us try to understand whenever the financial statements are materially misstated, why the auditor is expressing a different opinion. What is the possibility of it? Right? So this risk, right, this risk happens due to two components, which is called as the risk of material misstatement and detection risk. Right? Risk of material misstatement combined with the detection risk will give rise to auditor's risk. Now, what is risk of material misstatement? The risk that the financial statements are materially misstated before they are subjected to the audit, means which before even the auditor enters the client premise, before he starts the audit, the possibility of misstatement is called as auditor risk of material misstatement. Now, this is associated with the management, nothing to do with the auditor. Right? So management, whenever they are preparing the financial statements, they should ensure that there are no misstatements are there. Now at the management level, why there is a possibility of misstatements? Why? Because there may be existence of inherent risk, plus there should be also control risk. Now what is inherent risk? In simple language, please try to understand, in the companies there will be internal control system which will prevent, detect and correct the material misstatements which are arising due to fraud or error. Right? Now before these controls act upon, whatever the possibility of misstatement is happening inside the company, it is called as inherent risk. Right? For example, say the accountant who is sitting is is not having the capacity to maintain the accounts. He may not be having the knowledge about accounting standards, he may not be having the knowledge about the ERP, so there is a possibility of some misstatements. Right? Here you can observe that even the controls have not started its work, but still there is a possibility of misstatement. Such type of misstatement is called as risk of inherent risk. Now once the risk arises, the misstatement arises due to the inherent risk, what the control should do? It should prevent, detect and correct the material misstatements. Now if the controls are not in a position to do that, means the possibility that the controls may fail to prevent, detect and correct the material misstatements, then it is called as control risk. Means inherent risk भी है, control risk भी है, ये दोनों जब मिल जाएगा तब आपका material risk of material misstatement बन जाएगा. Right? Now whenever risk of material misstatements are there, what the auditor should do? He should perform the audit procedures and try to get the audit evidence, right, and try to identify the misstatements. Right? The possibility that the auditor's procedures may not detect the material misstatement is called as auditor's risk. Right? So inherent risk and detection risk, inherent risk and control risk will give rise to risk of material misstatement, and detection risk will give rise to auditor's risk. That's